Hey guys on YouTube, welcome to this video. So today we're going to take GCE 2021, the differentiation part of it. And this is question 7 Romans 2, and it says x equals to sine 2 theta, y equals to cos 2 theta. They're telling us to find the second derivative, which is the 2y on the x squared. You can find the question in the link in the description below. Okay, let's get started with this. Okay, we have x equals to sine 2 theta and y equals to cos 2 theta. So we see that these are parameters with your parameter theta. So we're going to use the parametric differentiation where we're going to be differentiating with respect to theta. So get the x on the theta is going to be, this guy is going to give me a 2 cos 2 theta, and a dy by d theta is going to give me a negative 2 sine 2 theta. It's going to give me a negative 2 sine 2 theta. Now my dy by dx is going to be equals to dy on d theta times d theta on dx, which is going to imply, what's dy by d theta? That's negative 2 sine 2 theta, all that on d theta by dx. Here where we have dx by d theta, so we just reciprocate to have d theta by dx. So it's going to come under here 2 cos 2 theta, and we see that these 2 square away, and we're left with dy on dx being sine 2 theta on cos 2 theta is negative 10, which is going to give me a negative tan 2 theta. But don't forget, the question says, fine, let me just write at the top here, 2 on the x squared. The question is telling us to find the second derivative, but here we have just the first derivative. So to find the second derivative, we're simply going to say d 2y on the x squared is going to be what? I was differentiating with respect to theta the function dy on the x and multiplying it by what? D theta on dx. Here's the formula we're going to be using. We're going to make use of this formula where this dy dx is simply dy on the theta times the theta on the x, and we're supposed to multiply it by the theta on the x. So let's see how this goes. So we have the 2y on the x squared, sorry there's a 2 here, on the x squared equals to d on the theta into dy by dx, where dy by dx can still be written as dy on the theta times d theta on the x, all that multiplying by this. Keep this formula, note it, because questions are going to be coming frequently. So what we're supposed to do now is that we're supposed to differentiate again dy by dx, but we know from that dy by dx is simply negative tan 2 theta from the dy from what we saw previously, and now the theta on the x is equals to 1 ordered on 2 cos 2 theta. We're reciprocating it because back there we have a dx on the theta, but here they were asked to have a d theta on the x. That's why we reciprocated. Okay, now I'm just supposed to fit it in this equation. So fitting it in the equation, the 2y on the x squared is going to be equals to the derivative of negative tan 2 theta, all that on 2 cos 2 theta. I'm dividing it by 2 cos 2 theta because if I multiply here times this is going to move under here. So I'll be forced to find the derivative of tan 2 theta, negative tan 2 theta. We know that tan 2 theta is going to give us a sec squared theta. Here I'm going to have the derivative d of d theta of a negative tan 2 theta is going to be negative 2 sec squared 2 theta. I have that, so I just replace this here, which is going to give me 2y on dx squared equals to negative 2 sec squared 2 theta, all that on 2 cos 2 theta. These two move away. We're going to be left with negative sec squared 2 theta, all that on a cos 2 theta. So we have that as the answer, but we can further simplify this. So we have this, and we can further simplify this because we know sec theta, we know that sec theta is a 1 on cos theta. This implies negative sec, we're going to have this negative sec squared 2 theta to be equals to negative 1 on cos 2 theta. We're going to have that, and so now we're going to be left with dividing it with this, so which is going to give us the 2y by dx squared equals to a negative 1 on cos 2 theta. Now dividing it with this is simply going to squared, sorry, there's a squared here, there's a squared here, so I'm going to be simply left with dividing it, and so if I divide it, it's going to give me a cos 2 theta, all that on 1. And I see that since this guy is squared, here it's going to go 1, here it's going to go 1. I'm going to be left with a cos 2 theta. Say hence the 2y by dx squared is equals to negative 1, all that on cos 2 theta, which is same as what? A negative sec 2 theta, and that is the derivative of it. So we have the 2y on the x squared equals to negative sec 2 theta. So that is it. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to leave your comments and your complaints, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.